Okay, in the last episode we lost a whole lot of units. We were rescued by our friend Morimirmu. And now we are about to steal some griffin eggs, because that's what heroes do. So, bring your climbing gear and let's play the battle for Wesnoth. We also lost most of our level 3 units, so that really sucks. Especially because I lost another white mage, who was... It appears we're not the only ones interested in this mountain. Once again, the queen opposes us. Quickly, men! Onward! Okay. Yeah. That keeps getting me. Where was I? Okay, we'll go north. And we'll have the knight take at those villages. So yeah, we lost a whole lot of mages again, including one white mage who was one step away from level up. Just really one step, and it really annoys me when that happens. I'm not going to recruit any mermen here, because they don't seem to be that useful. I mean, there is not a whole lot of water or swamp in that map. They would do exceedingly well in those parts, but aside of that, or maybe in those parts as well, but it's just not worth recruiting them for that, because they would take ages to get there, and then, well, they wouldn't be that good anyway. Okay, I don't want to recall anything else. Maybe a mage or two. Yeah, I'll bring that mage along. I'll also have the elvish druid next turn. I wasn't sure if druid or shaman, so I wanted to say a draman. I guess it's like the half bit. Also, who promotes those guys? I would imagine there is a shaman guild or something. Do they just mail you a letter and say, hey, you are a druid now. Congrats, you passed whatever exam we could throw at you. And why would you pass that by killing enough guys? How is that an exam? I mean, I would see how that is an exam for, say, a warrior, that you say, okay, now he has the experience. But I don't know if... it always seems to be more than just killing stuff when you do the when you reach a new level of something. Like, there's always some sort of guild attached to it, and some sort of stuff that has to be taken care of, some sort of a honorable quest that you need to undertake or something. Well, not necessarily a quest, but still something you would need to do, or some sort of form you need to fill, maybe happens. I mean, you get my point. I'm sure you get my point there. And I think that's one of the things I absolutely loved in the Might and Magic series. You actually had to go to that to find your whatever it was leader, or your basically faction. I'm not sure if it was a faction leader or something, but you had to find the leader of whatever your class was. So, for example, you had to find the most impressive, highest-ranking knight, or you had to find the highest, or the archdruid or something. Or archdruid, how do you pronounce it? And you had to go there. You had to do a task. You had to, I think in Might and Magic 6, it was just it was kind of fun. You had to be at a certain place during the winter sun or summer sun, or the I forgot the name, the solstice, and you just had to be there, and you just had to, I think you had to have an item with you, and just had to activate an altar. So you do a ritual, and that would promote you to the druid, or to the next rank of druid. Yeah, it was like novice and master and all that stuff. And other times you would also have to do something else. And I liked how those, or that you would have to... I remember now, in order to gain levels as a knight, you had, or a paladin, you had to rescue a damsel in distress. You didn't have to kill anything, you had to rescue a damsel in distress. And basically your quest was to find a damsel in distress you could save then. Only save them, mind you. And, yeah. That was, I don't know, I liked it. I mean, it was just a glorified fetch quest, considering NPCs were just that. but it was fun to do, and it was kind of nice to see. I mean, they obviously put some thought into it, and I always like that. How far can you go? Okay. Will that risk my shide? Suppose it might. Ooh, a rhyme. So yeah, Might and Magic 6, a great game. I've also played Might and Magic 8, but never finished it actually. Didn't finish either of them. Because I like dawdling around. There was just so much else to do, and they had an impressive amount of quests. Although I remember one, there was a very large city. I think the name was Freehaven or something. And it was just huge. It had lots of houses and yeah, and I mean lots of them. Like, I'm quite sure they had several, or at least almost 100, and that's a tremendous amount because all of them were inhabited. And there were lots of houses where you could get quests. Like, the people would just ask you to bring them something from some dungeon somewhere. You had like a scholar who said, okay, I want the skull of that lich somewhere in this crypt. And you would not think that lich was still dead, mind you. So yeah, you were basically tasked to find that. And to kill said lich and to retrieve the skull. And I know I did that. It was actually a pain in the ass because you had to search every corpse for the body of that one lich, or for the stuff of that one lich, because I think it was just labeled as lich or death lich or something, and there were loads of them in that particular spot on the map, on that room on the map. So that was a bit annoying, and not too well handled in my opinion, but it was okay. I mean, you would do that anyway in order to loot the bodies, so screw that. But what I really didn't like about it was returning that bloody item, because once I had found that skull, I wasn't done with the quest. I had to retrieve it to the quest giver, and that was just painful. I can't say it any different. It was just painful because I forgot where that house was, and there was no indicator as to where the bloody house was. It was just like, okay, return this to the guy in Freehaven. And you had this huge place, and you had to search every house for the guy who gave you the quest. And I was glad he wasn't moving around, because that would have totally killed me there. But yeah, you had to search every house for it. And I think I searched several houses several times. I mean, the people weren't moving around during that time. They weren't... it's not like they were in Skyrim, where they would be walking around between their own house and the house of their friend, or the house of the yard, or their workplace or something. I mean, some were outside and moving around, and those were annoying. But this one was a stationary guy, which didn't make him much less annoying. But I already stressed that, so... come on, hit him! Oh, you useless. You useless. Useless. I don't even have a word for that. Maybe I have, but I don't want to use it here. Okay, let's try this. Of course, you get hit. And we do get the counterattack for change. Okay, there's one dead archer. Let's attack this. I think I have to kill those griffins anyway, although I'd rather not. I mean, griffins are pretty impressive creatures. Of course they don't exist, but I like them. I don't know, they're just... I think they're cool. With their lion's thing, and their eagle beak, and those claws, and those wings. I just like them. Although I don't like them too much in the Heroes of Might and Magic games. I don't know why. They're always a bit difficult to use. They always die. I mean, they're strong, but they're not, like, impressive. They don't have that sense of awe that I like about them in other games. Maybe it's because you recruit like tons of them. And I don't know if I lose if they kill the mother griffin. I hope I don't. Oh wow, he's sending a cavalry over here. We might have to send our own. Okay. Let's try to kill the mother griffin first. Here are the mother griffin's eggs. Excellent! We should be able to breed griffins for our uses now. I always wondered why griffins would lay eggs. I mean, they seem perfectly suitable for... I don't know... griffin cubs. I mean, that would be cute as well. Like giving birth to live cubs. Why not? You could make a movie, the Griffin King or something. I imagine it would be awesome. Okay, probably not. But it would be fun to watch. I mean, you can't deny that. Well, maybe you can. It's still something I'd probably like to see at some point, just for the sake of seeing that. A movie about a young griffin trying to live with a... Okay, I guess you'd have to replace Timon and Pumbaa for that as well. Okay, forget about that. You'd probably have to change too much to make it worth happening. But I like the idea. The Griffin King. Well, I guess he'd also not die in that stampede because he could just fly out. Well, screw that. I guess the movie wouldn't work. On top of getting in trouble with Disney, which is also a company I hear that has very little compassion for copyright infringement. Even though you would probably not infringe on their copyright. I mean, I actually saw a... I think I heard the plot for The Lion King was also grabbed from somewhere else. Like something in the 60s or so, a movie that was quite similar. I don't particularly care about that, mind you, because I love the movie as it is, and it's just a great movie. So one of my go-to movies when I feel bad. I don't know why. It just makes me happy to see it. Sometimes. There are bad cases when I'm basically beyond the abilities of the Lion King to fix my mood. But those are rare. It's usually something really bad happening, then I'm beyond the Lion King. And that's also one of those little things you probably don't tell everyone. And I just did. It's probably a stupid move. Oh well. Let's keep fighting here. We do seem to be outnumbered, but we have the stronger units. That is, of course, assuming Delphador doesn't die on me here. Which he doesn't, luckily. Okay, I mean, Conrad himself can... Conrad can hold himself quite well on his own. No, undo that. Although I'm really glad to see that we don't have Fog of War here. Okay, you can't move far enough. That's a shame. He could have totally backstabbed a few people here. Okay. Well, okay, 40% hit chance, that's not too much. Let's go melee here, because why the hell not? And let's see if we can take out this general in time. Okay, have the knight move into the, or have the injured knight move into the village. I probably can't. I probably should move around and capture some more villages. At least until the rest of my troops arrive. Or at least maybe Delphador. Oh, don't kill my rogue. That would be a dick move, although I think I can recruit thieves. So it wouldn't be too bad. It would just suck a tiny bit. And I like this heroic music. It sounds epic. Okay, we'll backstab this one. Nice. And we'll we can't melee this one. That sucks. We'll ensnare him. Taking less damage is always good. I mean, 4 is something you can certainly deal with most units. Taking like 12 damage sucks, but 4 is okay. Perfectly fine. I eat 4 damage for breakfast. No, I don't, but you get my point. Also, I hope this didn't mess up my recording. Dude, cut it out there. Yeah, people are using fireworks outside. They usually do that during whatever opportunity presents itself. It's really annoying. They've actually had a lot of a fuss out here with that, because soccer fans like to do it, and other people don't. For example, other people in the stadium don't like it that much. So there is always this argument that the ones say, okay, they want to have their pyrotechnics, and the other ones say, no, you shouldn't have that. And it's always a bit annoying. And sometimes I just do it outside, and it annoys me then. And I still hope it didn't mess up the recording. Yeah, Rumi just throws in that we also don't see it, which is also a bad thing about fireworks. If you, I mean, it misses the point, in my opinion. They're supposed to be seen. Don't get me wrong, I love fireworks. I absolutely love the fireworks displays whenever they are. Especially at the New Year, people do have quite the big fireworks. They also had it for the city festival, but I missed that, I don't know. I was visiting my mother at that day, and I just didn't get to the fireworks display in time to actually enjoy that. I think I arrived at home around that time, so yeah, I just didn't get to it. Okay, if I get this general out, it'd be great, because I could then end this level early. I think I can actually try that. Okay, that was lucky. I admit that. It was a lucky fight there. Move you in there. I know it would be faster to move around that, but I don't think it would. Okay, I guess you could go there. We can have him patch up by the druid next turn, so that should be fine. Go straight there. You maybe hide in here. Okay, that works in my favor. And I'll just capture those villagers here in the meantime. Okay, now... Okay, 14-4, that's a lot. I'll do it slowly. It will take more turns, but I don't want to kill my knights by just charging in blindly. I guess they could also dismount for that time, but they don't seem to want to. Okay, so you might want to move back. You might want to move in. I guess I'll kill this one first. Not with a knight. No. Definitely not happening. There we go. We have defeated them. Now what do we do? We must continue north. It is too late to return to the safety of Elenzifar or Alduin before winter falls. We must therefore cross the great river and continue toward the lands of the dwarves. Hurry, let us go! With these griffin eggs we should be able to breed griffins that will serve us. When they are large enough to carry mounts, we can hire griffin riders. Let us continue onward! Okay, we'll get 184 gold. 184, that's not bad. Okay, so we have now reached the fort of Abbas. There is nothing to narrate here. We just walked in silence. How often do I have to click this bloody arrow? There we go. This is the fort of Abbas. When we ford this river, we will be leaving Wesnoth and entering the lands of the north. The dwarves once ruled these lands, but they are now filled only with chaos. This is where your father and uncle were betrayed, almost 17 years ago now, Conrad. Really? So what happened, Delphador? The forces of the king were encamped here, and the forces of the north were on the north side of the river. Well, that makes sense, considering the forces of the north, you know. For 3 days and 3 nights the armies faced each other, neither willing to ford the river. On the 4th day, northern armies crossed and attacked us. And then we were defeated? We were winning the battle. We were repelling them. And then the king's son, in the heat of battle, turned upon the king. But you avenged the murder. You killed the prince, right, Delphador? When I saw the king betrayed and his banner fallen, I fled the battle. I know not now whether it was wisdom or cowardice, but I did flee, seeing no further hope on that day. Oh, but the elves always told me that you killed the prince, Delphador, even though you never talked about it. That foolish boy killed himself. What do you mean? I mustered men to fight against the traitor king, and of course Ashavir too, for she was behind it all. We met them, not here, but on the road from Weldon, at Taff. We were outnumbered, perhaps 4 to 1. In the heat of battle, that boy, fool that he was, came charging at me, slashing wildly. I had little choice but to end his life. So it is true, you did kill him? He did die in battle at my hand. It is sad that your brothers did not have the opportunity to experience such an honourable death, Conrad. With all respect, my lords, we must make haste. We have to ford the river immediately. And look, it seems that guardhouses on the riverbanks are manned. Look! Some of the southerners, the men of Wesnoth, are trying to cross into our lands. We will slaughter them by the river's edge. Isn't there somewhere else we can cross? Maybe upstream? Winter quickly bears down upon us. We have only few days to make the crossing, and the nearest bridge is far upstream. But it isn't affected by winter, isn't it? To be trapped south of the river when winter arrives would be suicide. Ashavir would have us trapped like rats. Look to the west. Ashavir has a border fort, and it seems to be full of soldiers. We must cross here, and quickly. Oh. There they are. So it is true, they foiled the undead. Now they are trying to leave Wesnoth. We can't let them cross the river. After them, men. I'm doing a terrible Lisa. Not her again. We must hurry. Do not forget to bring the griffin eggs. They must be allowed more time to hatch. Quickly. How do we breed them, actually? And I do hope that those weren't the only griffins in all of Wesnoth, or the entire world. I mean, that would be pretty bad. Pretty rather a sad story. Okay, let's check the objectives here. Okay, we have to move Conrad to the north side of the river. That is doable, I guess. I'll cut the video here, though, so I'll see you all next time. Bye!